back to recording. Back to the good old days where GoPros actually record and they actually listen to you. So there's probably a couple questions that a lot of people have, and I'm going to answer a lot, like right here in this one ride for the R3, and why I feel like you find yourself having a good time on the R3, yet you don't have to feel uncomfortable getting a 300. A lot of people have the question, can it handle the power of the road? Like, does it have enough power to actually ride out here on the road and you feel comfortable and you feel like it has enough power? So you're starting off your first bike. I'm going to give it just like any other person with a 600 or 1000 is going to tell you. It's a great starter bike. Hands down, these bikes, they come looking really sexy. They come looking really good. And there's no reason why you wouldn't want to start off on something like this. It's a perfect starter bike. The question is, what type of person are you? Are you the type of person that feels like they're looking for that power? Or if you're just looking to have fun and cruise around and just be like, hey, I own a sport bike, you know, perfect bike. It's going to be a great commuter if you live in a college town like Gainesville or Jacksonville and anywhere, honestly. And then there's just a lot of things. People are going to be like, oh, you know, you're sexy on your bike. People like bikes. They're attracted to bikes. It's just a thing. It's a biker thing. There's a biker code out here, you know? You see another biker, you're all in agreement. Hey, what's up? You throw them up that hand. Like, you know, you're on two wheels. What's going on? So, there's a lot of benefits to having a bike, for sure, that you don't experience in the car world. That you don't experience in the walking on your 2 feet world. So I will say, yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that you're going to like about being on a bike. Now the R3, the reason why I chose this bike, why it was perfect for me, was because it's not too much bike. There's room for error. I didn't ride dirt bikes growing up. I didn't ride four-wheelers. I didn't know how to shift. I just took a straight MSF course and said, you know what, let's go and get a sport bike, you know? I think that's going to be beneficial to you in starting off on a bigger bike if you already have experience riding bikes and stuff. You're going to be completely satisfied on a 600 or a 1000 because you're already used to that, you know. And I'm just being honest when I say all that. Now, if you're like the guy that's just like wants to start off on a 600 just because you want to be in that group and you want that R6 and you can afford stuff like that, then go for it. But I'm just going to say be careful because there's not a lot of room for error on a 600. There's not a lot of room for error on those bigger bikes like that because they're geared, yeah, maybe the same, but the ratio of horsepower to torque to everything on that bike completely different. So I can pin this thing all the way down, and I'm going to show you an example in a second. I'm going to drop it down to 4th gear and just show you an example of what you can and cannot do on a Super Sport. Okay, so I'm going to drop it down to 4th gear. We're doing about 41 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour. Now I'm going to pin it all the way. See me pinning it? Yeah, it's pulling. It's pulling. But if I did that on a 600, it would have already been gone. Like halfway through my wrist, I would have already been off this bike, and it would be in wheelie mode, doing backflips down the road. It's all about like throttle control on a bigger bike, and they're going to tell you that. And the handlebars, when you ride a Super Sport, they're geared. It's not geared, but the way the handlebars sit, they sit lower. You're more upright on a bike like this. It's more like a cruiser position with a sport bike stance. You know, it's a sport bike, so obviously there's counter steering to it, and it's not handlebars. But yeah, there's just there's a lot of stuff like that that is you're gonna notice a huge difference. You may have took the MSF on a cruiser, but it's gonna be a completely different kind of ride if you go and get a sport bike, because you're leaning into pretty much all your turns on a sport bike. I'm like kind of just banging the turns like this compared to handlebar action, swaying my wrist to be able to maneuverability on the bike itself. And I love it. If you're looking for, again, if you're looking for certain things that you would like about the R3, there's a lot of stuff here. It has gear display. I'm in 6th gear. It helps you to understand that as a new rider. Your odometer, what time it is, the RPMs on it. It lights up. I mean, it's got a freaking passing light on here. I never use that. The tank is freaking really nice. It's really nice for just the tank. It's not all metal. There's a lot of plastics on this bike. Mirrors are okay. I could see where you would probably get a little frustrated from time to time. This right mirror is just terrible, but my left mirror is somewhat, you know, I understand what's going on my left. I can see right behind me. Does it pull in certain gears faster than whatever? Yeah, if you've been used to riding 600 and 1000, it's not going to pull the same in comparison. If you're used to like really fast dirt bikes, it's not going to pull up and wheelie like most people think. You can wheelie these bikes low gears, like 1st, 2nd, 3rd kind of low gears. You're not going to hit a wheelie in 5th or 6th gear on these bikes. That's just not going to happen. This road is really long, so I just decided to take this road to kind of answer a bunch of random questions that maybe you guys had for this video. I'm going to try to answer a lot of them. In comparison to the Ninja 300, if you're thinking about beginner and Ninja 300, the class is pretty much the same, even as the CBR. There's 4 classes I feel like are similar bikes. The CBR 300, the Ninja 300, Yamaha R3, which is this bike, and the KTM Duke 390, which is way far better than all these bikes, but I think it might even be the most expensive, but it is well worth it. I heard those are really easy to wheelie, and you know, it's a 390. It's a lot more powerful than the 320, the 300, and the 300, which they consider 300. I feel like CBR is like kind of like 280 or something. You know, it's a little bit more. It's more than the 300 or the 250s. Way better than what they had for the CBR 250. Very nice looking bikes, just not the power that you're looking for. I would say you're not really looking for that. So pretty much watching my channel, if I put in the time, I'm gonna do a certain special thing. Every video that I do, I feel like there's a little bit of profanity that's gonna kind of kill the mood for certain people. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post a symbol or something that's gonna signify either, hey, we'll say mature content, mature video, stuff like that. You know, just like to let you know so that you're alert. You know, I posted something like police rage and Pokemon. It's kind of hard to understand what rage was, but it was complete rage, and I just, you know, I had a really frustrating time with that guy, and I just, you know, sometimes you get irritated, you want to do something. I couldn't lash at the guy 100%, so I was like, you know, I'll post a video about this jerk who wanted to do, you know, whatever, not let me over, all this stupid stuff. So yeah, I was kind of like being that guy, and I didn't really mean to be that guy, so I'm apologizing for kind of being that mean person that you never really get to see that side of me, honestly. But I don't know, guys. I hope that, you know, I try to please everybody. I try to make everybody happy. I don't want people to be upset. The majority of the people a lot of people that watch my channel, a lot of family and friends. So, you know, I'd rather you guys be more happier than somebody else being happy because they just want to see something. They want to view something that's going to entertain them. But yeah, I'm going to try to cut more out of the vlogs of being angry and road rage and all that. But if it happens, of course, here and there, I may have to, you know, post something, but maybe not as dramatic as me cussing and posting this guy being, you know, all this stuff. So